Carolina and Company Live is sponsored by the businesses, organizations, and groups featured in this program. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect that of WPDE ABC 15, WWMB CW21, or its employees.
You're watching Carolina and Company Live. Your source for fun, entertainment, and events. With your hosts, Cecil Chandler and Amanda Sellers. If it's happening in the area, it's on Carolina and Company Live.
Welcome to Carolina and Company Live. You just never know what's going to happen here, and guess what? The people in our audience today, they're getting to see all the behind the scenes.
Oh, they get to see all behind the scenes stuff today. It's a Wednesday, everybody, the middle of the week, and this is where it all happens. We tell you everything that's going on in the PD, the Grand Strand, and up in North Carolina. So if you want to know something that's coming up, we're going to tell you about it right here on this show.
That's right. We're really going to do our best, but first, we're going to tell you about the weather.
All right, temperatures are warming up right now. We're currently in the 40s and low 50s. 50s being held to the Grand Strand, but they will slide on into the PD later on today. High temperatures topping out 53 to 55 across the area. We're solidly under a ridge of high pressure right now. Spot the cold front. It's right there. It's that cloud layer. So a few high thin clouds across the region later on today, but it's actually two areas out west that I'm really interested in. Right here, an upper level low stretching with it a cold front through the Pacific Northwest and a little bit of a short wave through the Chihuahuan Desert of Mexico, both of which will create just enough energy with this new upper level low, which is digging well south now into the Chihuahuan Desert and the Baja Peninsula of Mexico, stretching back out through Arizona and portions of the Continental Divide. This will spawn out a new area of low pressure just to the west of Dallas come tomorrow. But this storm system different from last week's. Last week we had a high pressure system to our north that was ushering in cold air through the mid-Atlantic and the eastern seaboard. And as that low tracked to the east, a swath of heavy snow set up for the basically third western part of Virginia, the Carolinas, Tennessee River Valley as well. While our storm system this week will take a similar track, the high no longer over the Ohio River Valley, but instead over the Atlantic. That brings in southerly flow, and with the lack of cold air, we are expected to see a mostly rain event for much of the eastern seaboard. Now, how much rain are we talking as this area of low pressure develops? The Gulf of Mexico opens out ahead of it, funneling in tons of moisture into the Carolinas on our Friday and our Saturday. We're going to have to watch this potential for a little bit of wraparound moisture on our Sunday. Overall, the energy that's needed for severe storms should really maximize out across the panhandle of Florida. Still, an isolated storm along the immediate Grand Strand coast may reach severe levels, but I really do believe the bullseye across the I-95 corridor from Jacksonville south through the Treasure Coast and the I-75 corridor, basically from Valdosta, Georgia, all the way south through Treasure Island south of Tampa. That's going to be the best shot. For late week storm system rain totals, we're talking 3 to 5 inches, basically from Myrtle Beach out through New Hanover County out to the Outer Banks. We'll also be watching for a 3 to 5 swath through Leon County, portions back out through Valdosta, Georgia, while moderate totals still fall across the Tennessee River Valley. For us, that means flash flooding is possible across this yellow area. That includes our entire region on our Friday. Expect this forecast to get refined as we finally see where this area of low pressure does develop. 7-day forecast shows that rain chance Friday and Saturday, but behind it we are drying out. Again, we'll watch Sunday morning. Right now I'm going pretty dry, but again, there is a possibility for a little bit of wraparound moisture on Sunday morning. Otherwise, temperatures expected to stay steady next week. We should be dry after the storm system for about a week.
All right, welcome back to Carolina and Company Live. Today is Wednesday. It is December the 12th, and this is Ding-a-ling Day. What in the world is that?
I don't know.
That's what I get for not reading this card.
And it's also Gingerbread House Day. So a lot of people will be making gingerbread houses. Okay.
That's right. All right, let's talk 1923. Bob Barker, he is 95 years old. At one time, he was the host of Truth of Consequence and The Price is Right.
All right, 1970, Jennifer Connelly, she's 48 years old. She won an Academy Award in the film A Beautiful Mind, and she was in Blood Diamonds and Fog.
All right, 1975, 43 years old in the sitcom Blossom. She also plays Amy from The Big Bang Theory 1988 movie Beaches, and she was a child actor in the film Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead. Okay.
She's made a great career for herself, by the way.
All right, let's go now. Today in history, it was 1955. It was announced that the Ford Foundation gave $500 million to private hospitals, colleges, and medical schools. And Ford did not take a bailout when all the other companies were doing.
Good. All right. 1964, The Righteous Brothers' You've Lost That Lovin' Feelin' was released.
All right, from Know It All Department today, a little something different. We got this from our meteorologist. All right, Amanda's going to do this one.
See, I'm not, because I can't pronounce it, and so Cecil's actually going to do this. Go ahead.
I don't know what it is. All right, our meteorologist tells us.
Meteorologically, did I do it
That's
right?
it.
Yes. Speaking, we talked the other day about winter. So they say December 1st, that's when they start counting winter started. But a lot of us know the winter solstice to be December
21st.
The 21st. So
I learned something, and I hope you learned something today, and especially how to pronounce it. How do you do it?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
One shot and done. That was it.
We got a great show coming up, a lot of cool stuff, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
The Murrells Inlet Masonic Lodge has a big fundraiser they have every year right before Christmas, and we're talking about Boston Butts.
That's right. Carl's here to talk about the Boston Butt event coming up on December 15th. Now, Carl, you're talking about 8-pound. That's it?
It's an 8-pound butt, which is a pork shoulder.
Yeah.
And we are cooking them. We start actually Thursday. We put a rub on them. Then Friday morning early, we start to cook them. And we smoke them for several hours, then wrap them in aluminum foil and put them on a pig cooker. And we leave them there all night.
All right,
so the next morning, they are ready to eat.
Now, last year, you were across from, down a little further. Now,
Right.
where are you going to be this year?
This year, we're going to be up right next to XSB&B.
Okay.
So as you're southbound, you turn on to the business inlet to go into the inlet,
on the
and
left.
we're right there in the corner on the left.
All right, what time do they start picking up butts? What kind?
8
come by?
o'clock.
8 o'clock?
8 o'clock in the morning?
Saturday
December
morning.
15th?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And
so
we have a special treat this year. We're going to have Santa Claus.
Santa Claus is going to be there.
All
Thank you
right.
so much, Carl. We appreciate it.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much for having us.
All right, stick around. We'll be back with more.
And welcome back to Carolina and Company Live. All right, the Myrtle Beach Car Club, we have a lot of shows during the year, and we collect money to give out to charities. And today is the day we're going to do it.
That's right. Sheila's with us. Sheila's going to be giving out some certificates and also some money to the various charities. 7 charities. And how much money did you guys raise this year?
We raised right about $7,000. Today we're giving away Well, we've already given away some of it, so today I'm not sure how much we're going to.
All right, but in total, about $7,000 to charities in the area.
Yeah.
All right, let's start. Your first one up.
First, we're going to give Grand Strand Down Syndrome to Grace and Jeremy Williams. This is a new charity this year.
Fantastic.
I'd like to give this to you guys.
There you go.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Glad to have y'all on board. Next is Nancy Gento with Fostering Hope.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nancy.
And then Blue Star Mothers of Coastal Carolina, Sharon Russell and Melissa Dion are accepting this on behalf of them.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
shaking
All
your
right.
hands. And then Avery Moore, principal of Palm Academy, is accepting this on their behalf. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now, the Myrtle Beach
Fantastic.
Car Club, we do a lot of shows during the year, and anybody can join this club.
Exactly. We have a webpage, myrtlebeachcarclub.com. We have applications there. Print one out, mail it in. We accept any and all cars.
Thanks for everything
Thanks,
you're
Sheila.
doing.
We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank
All
you.
right, more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Talking about the 5th annual Beard and Mustache Competition. Now, this was supposed to be earlier in the fall. They rebooked it, and it's going to be coming up soon.
That's right. Bill's with us now. We're going to talk a little bit about this, and that's not a bad beard you got there, buddy. How long you been growing it?
Over almost 7 years.
7 years. All right, let's tell us about the beard and mustache contest.
Well, like Amanda said, we had to reschedule because of Hurricane Florence, so we're going to have it January the 12th at Beaver Bar. We're going to be raising money for the local chapter of the Combat Vets Motorcycle Association. Last year we raised $3,000. Total today is $5,500, so we hope we can raise more this year. But we bring all the guys and girls in to show off their facial hair.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with facial hair. Even, like I said, even women get into it, and that's me. But like I said, all these guys get to come together and show different styles. We have a good time, great group of people, but the main object is to raise money for charity.
I know a couple of years ago I was a judge for it, and it was a great thing, a lot of great beards and mustaches.
All right, and this is coming up what day and what
Tell 'em the
time?
date.
It's Saturday, January the 12th. Doors open at 6 and the comp starts at 8 o'clock.
At the Beaver Bar down in Murrells Inlet.
That's it.
Boy, they do a
Check
lot
us
of
out
work
on
for
Facebook.
charity. They sure do. Thank you a lot, Bill.
Fantastic. Thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
being with us. Stick around. We've got more coming up.
A Christmas to Remember is set up by a church in Florence, South Carolina. We're going to talk about it.
That's right. They're going to be helping also over 100 families with clothing and toys for the Christmas season. We've got Michael with us now. Michael, tell us what you guys are doing and where and how people can get involved.
So for the past 5 years, we've hosted something called a Christmas to Remember. What we do is it's a 2-part series. We host a concert one night to collect as many toys and clothes that we can. And then on a week after that, we gift wrap the things and all that great stuff and get Santa involved and Mrs. Claus, and we invite the kids over. We feed them. They take a picture with Santa, and we give them their gift that they got from the community. Fantastic. This year, I'm excited because not only are we asking the community for help, but the South Carolina Faith Democratic Party caucus is donating. We have some doctors and schools supporting us. That's and great. The only thing that's missing is the people. All right. So this Sunday, 5 o'clock.
Tell them where.
2812 West Palmetto Street, Impact Church of the Nazarene. We have a concert with Shayla Dickens, Trey Rosenberg, and Hope McCants. And all you got to do is bring your toys and clothes and enjoy good Christmas singing.
Awesome.
All right. That's this time again?
This Sunday at 5 o'clock.
Sunday at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
All right.
2812 West Palmetto Street.
All right.
Yeah.
Michael, thank you so much for being here with us.
Hey, and guess what?
Yes.
Since you're on the end of the show, guess what gets to happen?
You get to
stay and wave goodbye.
Oh,
so hold on, don't start waving yet.
Okay, don't wave.
All right, we had a great time today. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow with another great show. And thank you so much for watching.
That's right.
All right.
See you
Tell
later.
them
Time to
bye.
wave. See y'all later. Have a good one.
See you tomorrow, everybody.
Carolina and Company Live is sponsored by the businesses, organizations, and groups featured in this program. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect that of WPDE ABC 15, WWMB CW 21, or its employees.